Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Phoenix Hunter from 1016. In today's topic, we are going to see the 10 mistakes which we have been doing regularly in our wide event. So let's jump into the topic. Before that, if you have not been subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you will be getting the notification of all my videos as soon as I post it. Let's jump into the topic. The first mistake which we've been doing in the void is you're shielding your city. You'll be having a cities might be at C34, C31, C32, even C26 or whatever the levels might be. But before void even starts, you should be priorly shielding your city. Because the enemy opponent from the other nation who is having the higher level cities like C40 or C41 can jump into our nation at any time, so that he can directly target you, and within one or two attacks you can able to lose all your troops. It's not about individually you losing the troops, you are been making your alliance to give away the points also. So shielding your city is the most important before starting of the void. That's the first mistake which commonly everybody does. The second mistake which we does is switching of the officers. Before the void even starts, we will be using switching the officers for the recruitment, switching the officers for your gatherings, so many things. But when you have been switching your officers, like switching your officers to Lorraine and Surgeon Barney for the recruitment phase, as soon as the phase has been completed, you will be going back to sleep, and the next day once you open, the void is already open. Without noticing that the officers been changed, directly we will send the fleet to the attack. This might also cause an effect of losing troops in your city. So when your void has been getting started, you should notice this whether the officers are in a correct manner. If not, please switch over the correct officers for the war battle, then go for the attacks. The third mistake which you will be doing commonly is switching the commander skills. Especially when you have been participating in the void event, you will be switching off your commander skills from the war to development. Because to kill the monsters, you will be switching over to this to the recover the mobility, right? So when the void starts, we will not be noticing at some cases, some of the peoples will never be noticed about the switching over the commander skills again back to the war. So directly they will go for the hit, which will impact a lot of loss because of losing your LRA, which has not been switched over here with the war section. So before you have been starting an attack in void, you should also see whether your commander skills is been in the right manner, which has been exactly switched over to the war section. The fourth common mistake which we mostly do is SOS. As soon as we see a target, when we have been going to a void, we get more excited, and before activating your SOS, once you've been pressing this SOS, sometimes it might be taken in effect, sometimes it not been switched on. Justifying that or expecting that it's been switched on, we will be directly going in excitement to hit a city. For an example, if the SOS not been switched on properly or it's not in effect, then you will be hitting a huge loss and losing a huge points when there is a huge number of reinforcement on your attacked city. So please check once again whether the SOS is switched on and in showing it's in effect. Then go for an attack before going for an attack in a void. The next fifth mistake we commonly do is joining an attack with the team for a SOS. People used to say this is an SOS attack and they'll go for an attack. Suddenly someone from the team will jump to join the attack to help the team member without noticing that it's an SOS attack. This will not impact only you. This will also impact the people who is gone for the attack. So both of them will lose troops and losing a huge points to the opponent. So if someone says that it's an SOS attack, whatever the circumstances is, he is not going to lose the troops. So don't join for the attack, whether he's been succeeding or it's been getting failed. When it's an SOS, don't reinforce or join the team member for that attack. Similarly, the person who is going for an attack, switching over the SOS, please clearly mention in your in your alliance chat group that it's an SOS. Please don't join. That's the most important. Unless you specify that it's an SOS attack, the people can't justify that it's an SOS, so they will jump to your attack immediately. So the next sixth point is checking on your hospital. When you have been started your wide event and you have been done one or two attacks, then when you're going for a third or fourth attack, please come over and check the hospital. How many troops are there lined up in your hospital based on your capacity, and as well as checking in your biochemical hospital. So if the hospital is almost more than 60% and in going for an attack, and there is a huge reinforcement by the opponent team, then you will be losing a huge number of troops because your hospital capacity will be fulfilled already. So that was the sixth mistake we commonly does is before checking the hospital level and hospital capacity, we'll go for the attack. The seventh common mistake most of the people does is huge number of troops in the city. See, only you can take, even though if you have been activating your VIP fleet, you can able to take only 5 fleets. If your fleet size is 2.5k, that means 250k. In 5 fleet, you can able to take almost just 1.25 million. Yeah. If you have been having more than that in your city, obviously you can't hide that, and you will be getting attacked and you will be losing your troops, as well as you will be losing a huge points. There are people to raise the BP, they will be keep recruiting the troops and dumping in the city for more than their 5 fleet size. That will not help in your wide event especially. If you have been having a huge number of troops with a higher and BP, the only point where you can do is you can shield the city and by not losing to the opponent the points. So maintain the troops which is required inside the city rather than overloading it. The eighth mistake which we have been doing commonly is most of the people know how to bubble trap. When you have been doing a bubble trap, you should not hide your fleets on the rally. For an example, if I want to just make a hide the troops, I can make a rally over here, and for 30 minutes I can able to block my troops over there. So the enemy opponent can't able to see my troops which is inside the city, and he can't hit it, right? This is what the way we have been thinking, and you will be doing a rally, but that won't works, because if you want to make a bubble trap, you should be fast enough to just switch off the rally and do a bubble, because when you are in a rally, that is in an attack mode, you can't able to shield yourself. Before the seconds before you have been going to disband that rally and getting back to shield, you will be getting 3 or 4 opponent teams rushing into your city in a speed attack. So when you have been going to do a bubble trap, then please make sure your troops in a fleet has been sent to a long way for a gathering or in a power war. That's the most mistake which we have been doing in the void. The ninth mistake which we are doing in the void is joining the reinforcement when there is a much higher level city being attacked. For an example, if your team member with C34 is been getting attacked by a C41 opponent, By keeping your city at C30 or C26, if you have been going for a reinforcement, the only thing is you will be losing a huge number of points to your opponent. You think that it's been a support which you have been offering to your team member, but at the end of the day, you will be making an issue of giving away huge points which your alliance don't like to be. So don't do that mistake by joining a reinforcement, sending the reinforcement troops to your team member when he's been attacked by a much powerful city like C40 or C41, which is more than LRA like 1200 or 1400 or 1600. Finally, the 10th mistake, mostly the people does is not obeying their commander's suggestion and commander's orders. When you people go for an opponent nation in a group, you should be following your deputies or your leaders' guidance. So they will be guiding you as much as possible to secure the alliance by not giving much points and gaining more points from the enemy. So most of the people's been just like that on their own will be rushing for any city attacks where the leaders or the deputies are also in a difficult situation to safeguard you as much as possible. So don't do that mistake often. Always try to obey or listen to the command which is commanded by a leader who carried away in the group for the opponent nation. So these are the 10 mistakes which we've been commonly doing across in the world. There are still several mistakes which have been, but I want to just notify only these 10 mistakes which is commonly happening across the wide event. So that's it, guys. If you have any still questions, please pass a comment over there. I am happy to respond to you. And if you really like this video, please press the like button. And also we will be seeing you in your next video with the next topic. Until that, it's been Phoenix Center from 1016 signing off you from guys. Thank you. Bye bye.